Hey everyone, did you know that most small businesses lose up to 21% of their annual revenue due to poor data management? That's a huge chunk of change slipping away because files get lost, backups fail, or teams can't access what they need when they need it. If you're running a growing business or even just trying to keep your personal files organized, a reliable NAS system can be a total game saver. I recently got my hands on the QNAP TVS-872N, and I've been putting it through its paces for the past few weeks. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, this thing is a beast. It's an 8-bay NAS, which means you can stuff it with up to 8 hard drives, giving you a ton of storage space for files, backups, or even running virtual machines. The Intel quad-core 3.1 GHz CPU inside is no slouch either. It handles multiple tasks at once without breaking a sweat. Whether you're streaming media to multiple devices, running surveillance software, or backing up your entire system, this NAS keeps everything running smoothly. I've had it transcoding 4K videos for Plex while also backing up my work computer, and it barely broke a sweat. One of the standout features for me is the multi-gigabit support. Most NAS systems max out at 1 gigabit per second, but this one can handle 2.5 gigabits per second and even 10 gigabits per second with the right add-ons. That might sound overkill for home use, but if you're dealing with large files like video editing projects or massive databases, it makes a huge difference in transfer speeds. I moved a 50 gigabytes folder from my workstation to the NAS in under 2 minutes. That's not something you can say about most consumer-grade storage solutions. The QNAP TVS-872N also comes with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM out of the box, which is more than enough for most users. If you're running memory-intensive apps, you can upgrade it further since the unit supports up to 64 gigabytes. I've been running several Docker containers on it, like a Nextcloud instance for file sharing and a Plex server, and it handles everything without lag. Plus, the Intel UHD Graphics 630 means you can even use this as a lightweight media server or a small workstation if you pair it with a monitor and keyboard. Another cool feature is the iSCSI support. If you're not familiar, iSCSI lets you create a storage area network, SAN, over your local network, which is perfect for businesses that need fast, reliable access to centralized storage. I set up an iSCSI target on this NAS and connected it to my workstation as a virtual drive. It's like having a super fast external SSD that's always available on the network. No more waiting for files to transfer or dealing with cloud sync delays. The build quality is solid too. The chassis is all metal, and the fans are quiet enough that you won't even notice them unless you're in a super quiet room. The setup process is straightforward, especially if you're familiar with NAS systems. QNAP's QTS operating system is intuitive, with a clean interface that makes it easy to manage users, permissions, and storage pools. I had mine up and running in about 20 minutes, including installing the drives. Now, let's talk about some potential downsides. First, this NAS doesn't come with drives or RAM pre-installed. You'll need to buy those separately, which can add a significant cost if you're starting from scratch. Also, while the multi-gigabit support is great, you'll need compatible network cards and cables to take full advantage of those speeds. If you're not tech-savvy, setting up 10 gigabits per second networking can be a bit of a hurdle. Another thing to consider is the power consumption. This isn't a tiny little box that sips power, it's a full-fledged server, so it does draw more electricity than your average router or basic NAS. If you're running it 24/7, that's something to keep in mind for your power bill. Overall, the QNAP TVS-872N is a fantastic choice if you need a powerful, flexible NAS for business or heavy home use. It's not the cheapest option out there, but the performance and features justify the price tag. Whether you're backing up terabytes of data, running virtual machines, or just need a reliable media server, this thing delivers. If you're in the market for a high-end NAS, definitely check out the QNAP TVS-872N. The link is waiting for you below if you want to take a closer look.